that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk high, let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur game, baby, let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk, Primetime Edition. Our Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the 49ers tonight, and guess what? Our division sucks. Our division sucks so bad that if we win tonight, guess who would be in number one in the NFC least? We will NFC East. We will be number one in the NFC least if we win tonight. That's how bad this division sucks. So yeah, we not only do we need a win, we need to win because we need to get into the win column. We went 0-4. We went 0 for September, and we can't do that. We can't go 0 for October, or it's going to be really, really ugly here. But the good news is, on the bright side is, we can lead the division if we just win tonight. Everybody lost. Everybody sucked. Everybody sucked. I mean, and I'm not bragging or anything like that because we sucked too. We were 0 for September. We were one of the. There was only two teams that went 0 for September, and we were one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in our division, that is. But we can kind of salvage some of the season if we can get a win tonight, and you never know. If we get on a hot streak, I know we're battered and bruised. We have the guys. we went to Wawa and called the guys back up. The guys are back from Wawa playing receiver this week, and it's going to be an interesting game. But without further ado, let me bring in my co-host, the Sandlin Boys, Pat and Shell. What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's going on?
What's up,
Look,
y'all?
man,
Good, man.
first
It's another
primetime game.
Yes. Another game, another day, another game day, another opportunity to change the narrative, man. We can go ahead and erase that September and say start anew in October.
Yeah, let's hit the reset button. I mean, we got time. I mean, it's a long season. We still have 13 games to go. I mean, if we're playing like we played, if we're playing like we have played in September at the end of the year, then yeah, just mail it in. We don't deserve to go to the playoffs and all that and stuff like that. But because it is a long season, you never know. If we catch fire at the right time, if we can put some wins together and get on a winning streak at the end of the season, you never know going into the playoffs. So this season is not over. As much as we have talked about and bashed our team, as we should, because we're fans, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We bashed our team, but we support them nonetheless. So this season is long from over, and our division is open. Now, am I saying we're one of the contenders right now? No, we look nothing like a contender right now. But there's 13 weeks to go, 14 weeks to go in this season, and we don't know how we're going to look at the end of the season. So we have to start getting some wins under our belt, and it starts today. Let me go to I want to go to the chat line before we even start the quarter. Our first person in the chat room tonight, we thank everybody out there that's supporting us and all that. We love you guys, and thank you for tuning in. And please, if you're watching us from YouTube, make sure you go down below and hit the subscribe button and follow us. If you're watching us on Facebook, which a lot of you are, make sure you go to our page, Eagles Talk, and follow us there, and you will get the notification, and you could be the first person in the room like Daphne was tonight. What's up, Daphne Cole? She says, hey, guys, #Fly Eagles Fly. What's up, Daphne? Thanks for tuning in. And I can't pronounce your first name, but he's a regular. He's on here all the time. But I know your last name, Danzy. Danzy Sr. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's up, Danzy?
What's going on?
Tony Burns is
What's
a
up,
regular also. He says, go Birds. Justin's in the house. I haven't seen you in a while, Justin. Good to see you back there. Justin says, do I hear that W knocking? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. JT is in the house.
JT, what's up, JT?
JT, what's up? Philadelphia Eagles, we will be in first place when we win. Just that easy because our division is garbage. 1 and 2 and 1. Let's go, Fly Eagles
That
Fly.
tie was
I'll give you
important,
that.
man. That tie
Yeah,
was
it
important.
is.
I was
When it
getting
comes
ready.
to
I was
this.
getting ready to say we're not as bad as we think we are. We didn't actually lose all last month.
Oh,
we
come
actually
on.
had a,
Let's cut the crap.
we had a
I didn't say
tie.
we
didn't
lost. I didn't say we lose. Did you go back and rewind the tape? Just 2 minutes ago, I said we were 0 for September.
Okay. All right.
0 for September. That's accurate.
You did.
Okay,
say,
Drexel
you did say,
Davis says, good evening, fellas. Let's get
going
this
on,
first
dude?
W. All right. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. And there's a lot of people in the room. Thank you guys. But we are going to start this first quarter. So let's get it started, Pat.
You're now listening to the
All right. If you're new to Eagles Talk, you need to understand that we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots, which we usually do at the beginning of each quarter. And this show is divided into 4 quarters, just like a real game. So get your drinking, get your stuff together. This is our pregame. This is I've been tailgating all day.
Yeah.
I've been,
Yeah,
when you have that
I'm
prime
trying to
time
catch-
game.
Trying to catch up with you, man.
Yeah,
Well-
really. You need to catch up to me too, because when we have a primetime game, and it's no different than if everything was back to normal and we were able to go down to the stadium. People would be there even for a primetime game. They would
At
be
6
there
in the morning.
at 6 in the morning.
5 in the morning. You
know,
tripping.
and-
5 in the
and
morning.
so- So I did a virtual. I've been tailgating in my driveway with a couple of neighbors and all that. So I'm going to forego the shots right now because I'm nice. I'm nice already. All right, but you guys, let me know what you're drinking over there. What are
He's
you
doing
drinking over there?
Yeah, I'm doing the 1800. I'm trying to catch up to y'all guys.
It's a sober October for me, so I'm doing a core hydration.
Okay, yeah. He did say that. Pat is not. This is no drink October for him. This is my birthday month, so there's not going to be any of that going on over this way. So you can forget that. So, but I'm not doing a shot right now. But anyway,
shout out to our Stella rep too.
oh yeah, Stella in the house. We're drinking Stella always drinking the Stella. So let me know what you're drinking in the chat room as we start to our virtual tailgate before the game comes on. We're looking for a W. 1,800 out there. Everybody
1,800.
raise your drinks. 1,800. I know. 1,800. Raise your drinks to our Philadelphia Eagles, and let's take this first shot down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Mama.
All right, guys.
Let's go, man. Let's get into the inactives real quick.
Yeah, let's get
Let's
into
do
the
the
inactive because this is really extensive here. We have a lot of people inactive. Like I mentioned before, we called those guys up from Wawa, the guys that came in and played receiver for us last year that were working at Wawa a couple weeks ago. Well, they're back. We have them back because a lot of our wide receivers are out. So Pat, give us the inactives and the injury list for today.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, Alshon Jeffrey, wide receiver Deshaun Jackson,
Jackson.
wide receiver JJ Arthega-Whiteside, cornerback Avonte Maddox, quarterback Nick Sutfield, running back Jason Hutley, offensive guard Jamon Brown, and defensive end Casey Tuhill. For the San Francisco 49ers, Jimmy G is inactive. Raheem Mostert, who was a bell cow for their running backs, is inactive. Emmanuel Mosley, the cornerback Akil Weatherspoon, linebacker Drake Greenlaw, tight end Daniel Helm, and offensive guard Tom Copeland.
All right.
They're injured too. They're not,
beat up.
Yeah, they're beat up.
They're beat up, and this is probably a good time to see them because we are beat up as well. But even with their second string, their injury-plagued team last year blew out the Giants. So, we can't take them lightly.
It's the Giants.
It's the Giants.
Yeah, at this point, people are looking at us. It's the
got
Eagles.
They got
It's the
Saquon
Eagles.
Barkley
It's the
and
Eagles.
53 guys from
They
Walmart.
don't got Saquon Barkley anymore.
Well,
But,
they had
all right, they
Saquon Barkley and 53 guys from the Walmart down South Philly.
Well, my point is, we're not too much better than the Giants.
Yeah,
we
we got the
we
guy
are
from
the
Wawa.
Giants. When
got guys
people
from
are looking
Wawa.
at us now, they're talking about it's the Eagles. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We can go in there. That's that's realistic. I mean, until we prove otherwise, that's realistic. So we have to start tonight. We have to start tonight by getting a win. And what I see here is that the coach Shanahan and McVay come from the same school of offensive mind.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So
They do.
we're going to see a lot of what we couldn't solve against the Rams. We're probably going to see a lot of that pre-snap motion and all that.
Yep.
And what do you call it, Pat? You said the I forget the phrase you used.
Oh,
but
the dressing.
the dressing. We're going to see a lot of that.
Listen, all you gotta do if you stay true to where you are, to where you and stay home. I mean, all that window dressing is for you to get
Well,
confused on defense. It's for your defense to move around and get out of place.
well,
And when that happens, the offense has a leg up. If you understand your responsibility, if we're motioning or playing a zone, you understand your responsibility. Stay in your responsibility. You gotta understand the ball is coming back for you. If they're motioning and you understand 80% of the time that they're going to run towards the motion or play action opposite side of the motion, blitz that weak side. That's simple football right there.
well, one of the things that I typically coach is wherever just stay base wherever the motion is. Don't vacate. A lot of times we tend to defensive side tend to go man to man, and when somebody goes across the formation, we're sending somebody with them. And instead of sending somebody with them, all you got to do is just shift down, and that makes sure that you don't vacate or leave an empty spot. It's something that they should have been doing in practice this week. It's something that you got to do watching film. It's something that the defensive coordinator needs to basically perfect during the course of the week. This game is going to tell us if our defensive coordinator was doing his due diligence and doing his homework to make sure that he put his athletes in the best perspective to win the game.
Well, I mean, I want to agree with you 100%, but it's Jim Schwartz. I mean, last week, let's be honest, last week he blitzed more than he's ever blitzed since
He blitzed three times.
He blitzed more than he ever blitzed since he's been a defensive coordinator here at the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. This week he needs to ramp it up and keep that blitz on, because that pressure, that extra pressure, just that extra guy gives our defensive backs an opportunity to make plays. Gives our linebackers who are crappy an opportunity to make plays. They're not the world beaters right now because they're injured.
Yeah.
Go after that. Nick Mullins, even though he's not a killer quarterback, he knows the offense. He can run that offense. You can still
Is Sean Bradley playing?
He can still mess this guy's head up by showing different fronts and blitzes from different areas. Sean Bradley is playing. He's on special teams. But Jim Schwartz he's a stubborn guy. He plays his guys. That's what he does.
Got to get him in the game, man. He's a playmaker.
That's why I think he has to take a lot of accountability for the lack of success this defense is having.
I agree.
Because he has a big voice in the personnel room with Howie. So these guys are a lot of his picking and a lot of choosing that he's done. And if the personnel on defense is not getting it done, first you have to look at the talent on defense, the individual themselves. But after that, you have to look at Howie and Jim Schwartz just as equally there, because, like I said, Jim Schwartz has a lot of say in who he brings in, and he brings a lot of his ex-players in here too. Mm-hmm. One thing I noticed about Jim Schwartz, he does have success. He's had success as a defensive coordinator, but it's usually in that first and second year of being on a team. By the time he gets to the third or fourth year, if you look at his statistics, his defenses don't play as well, and we are seeing that to be true now. We went out and we loaded up on the defensive line. Although our defensive tackles are nothing extraordinary, we don't have any stars there, but our interior defensive line is formidable with some names there, and we're paying them a lot of money. Linebackers, no, I don't think he really values the linebacker position. We can see that by looking at the personnel we have. Secondary, we invested some money in Darius Slay, and overall, I would say that talent-wise, when you look at it on paper, I would say that this secondary going to the season, we would all agree that it was much improved over last year, but we're not seeing the results of that improvement. So Jim Schwartz, I think, is a name that is on the hot seat, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does against the 49ers, because, like we said, Shanahan, McVay come from the same type of school of offense there. So we're going to see a lot of things similar to what the Rams have done. So we'll see if Jim Schwartz has learned anything from the Rams game and has prepared his defense to be more successful today. If we get cooked again by a similar offense, then it doesn't bode well for how we're going to be looking at Jim Schwartz. And everybody, I'm looking at the people in the room right now. They're killing. They're not too happy with Jim Schwartz either.
Nah, come on, let's be honest. He gave up 500 passing yards in the Super Bowl. All right. So he's never been the type of defensive coordinator that would hold a team to a certain amount of yards or points. You know, we
He's not.
always
He has no aggression.
we always had to put up the points to make sure that the defense did okay. He's not a shutdown defensive coordinator.
No,
He's
he's
not the
not.
guy that we've been looking for to replace Jim Johnson since Jim Johnson passed away. He's not the guy to replace Buddy Ryan since Buddy Ryan left. You know, so he's just a guy that's there that's calling these. If he called one more of those defensive plays where they play sticks,
Oh my
sticks
god.
defense, you know, and even though we sit here and we laugh at it, that's the reality. That's the reality of this team. They're so passive that if a team is third down and 20 and they play the sticks, it's a possibility that that team can get
The
a first down against
First
us.
down.
And that's been like that since he got here. We have to be very aggressive going into this game. Be the aggressive. Be the aggressor. Come out there, smack him in the face. I saw a comment said earlier. Just smack him in the face. Forget all that window dressing, sugarcoating stuff. Smack him in the face. What happens? What Mike Tyson said.
Everybody has a plan.
Everybody has a plan
until they get hit in the face. Everybody has a plan to get hit
We
in
need
the
to
face.
start punching these people in the face
I agree with
and
you.
say F your plan.
All right, I agree with you guys. There's
That's-
a lot of
that's-
conversation going on in the room. Let me go to some of these comments here.
Gotcha.
Wentz is going to need. This is Ricky Long. Wentz going to need to find a new number 2 now since Dallas is out. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Can I talk about that in the
Carlos-
second quarter?
All right, we will. Carlos says, "Yep, agree, Dante, about Swartz. Yeah, it is. This game is a toss-up with all these injuries," says Nichelle.
Mm-hmm.
And Walter says, "So why say we going to lose? We got a shot." He's talking to Justin because Justin is really, really down on us right now. I
You know what
think
it
Justin is an
It's
Eagles
that
fan, but
energy. It's
he
that energy.
is-
It's that Eagles energy. When we don't play with that heart that we play with, we get this in the chat room. We get this with our whole fan base.
I'm gonna say this, man. Playing football and then coaching football on two different aspects of the game. One of the ways to cover up inadequacy of athletes is the ability to blitz. If you have the ability to blitz and play a good cover 3 or cover 2 behind it, you're giving your other secondary and linebackers opportunity to make plays on the ball. But if you just play the sticks, if you play passive, you're actually letting the offense dictate the possessions. You actually let them dictate the flow of the game. And from that perspective, you can't play passive in the NFL on this level. You can't do it anymore.
all right. And that's the end of the quarter. Let's end this quarter. First quarter is over.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so you are tuned in to Eagles Talk pregame show. Eagles versus the 49ers tonight. We need a win tonight if we are going to begin to salvage this season. Not saying that we have arrived by any stretch of the imagination, but any turnaround begins with the first step of the journey. So we need to take that first step tonight and get a win, and and maybe we can put a couple of them together. And it does. I know it doesn't look promising. We're banged up. Jason Peters is out. Our wide receivers, Deshaun Alshon is not there. Rager is not there. Quez Watkins is out. We have the Wawa. We have the Wawa gang. I'll just call them the Wawa gang. We have the Wawa gang
We
and
got
that
one to
receiver
alternate.
again.
Yeah.
But I'm
got
not
one.
saying that to be disrespectful to the Wawa gang because the Wawa gang helped us to make the playoffs last year.
Yes, they
As
did.
you recall, Carson
Yes, they
Wentz
did.
played his
And they made
his
sure their
ass
seat was hot.
off. He played his ass off last year with the Wawa gang, and he helped elevate them. They helped elevate him, and that was a good thing. So I'm not downing them. I'm just stating the facts here. All right, so let's begin this second quarter. I'm sorry.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, so you are watching and listening to Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Let me repeat, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. That's why we talk with you. We include you guys in the conversation. We don't talk at you. And with that being in mind, you see Ashley Roberts comment on the screen right now. Jim needs to call aggressive D. I agree with that. But we are Eagles Talk. and we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots at the beginning of each quarter, which this show is divided into 4. So we're in the second quarter, and let me know what you're drinking out there. I put a lot of people's comments, Henny and Crown Royal, which I was drinking in the driveway with my neighbors and my tailgate crew and all that. So I appreciate that. But let me know what you're drinking. And Shell is drinking the 1800. So everybody who's going to join Shell,
Yep.
please join them and raise your glasses.
I'm drinking a core
Here we go.
hydration
So,
water.
Yeah. All right. So down the hatch, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. So here, just to go to a couple comments before we kick off what you guys have on your mind. Sue is in the house. What's up, Sue? Sue said they need to run the damn ball. We know that, Sue.
I concur.
Deion Jones. Hey, you're late, Deion. Carson Wentz needs to play like he's not afraid to get hurt. Hell, he's going to get hurt anyway. All right, we're not going to jinx him with
We're not
that.
going to say that about
J.R.
You
Rustine,
called him
he's
last
drinking
man.
Sambuca.
I haven't had Sambuca since college.
Oh, man,
20
Sambuca
years.
Oh
is-
my!
oh,
I haven't
yeah,
had
yeah.
Sambuca in like 20 years myself.
Yeah.
Sue is
Yeah,
drinking a
go back.
pickleback shot, which means tequila and pickle juice. And
Or
I love
or
pickleback
Jameson.
shots.
Yeah. Or
Or Jameson, that's the
Yeah.
traditional way. But we call anything that you chase down with a pickle juice a pickleback shot. That's what we do, right,
Yes,
Sue?
sir.
You let me know if I'm on there. Bobby Val says Jim and Doug on the hot seat. Howie should be
Yes.
released from his duties after the season, regardless. What's a high draft pick if you can't draft? I agree
that's
totally with that. I agree totally with that whole comment right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jim and Doug is on the hot seat. Howie, should be released from his duties as a personnel person. I wouldn't say I would run him out the building, but I would definitely make
Stick him
him,
back in
if
that
I
back
was
corner.
Jeff Lurie, I would make him hire a personnel, a GM, a real GM who is knowledgeable in drafting, because our draft picks have not been good over the past few years. We can't, and we talked about this before, we can't even look at the reserves and say that we have legitimate future
There's no
players. Yeah, that can come into the starting role in a year or two, and that's what you draft people for.
Wait a minute. There's one
What's that?
person
Who?
I got to talk about
Who?
how he went after it got for this game. You know,
Who?
Hakeem Butler. So if anybody know Hakeem Butler, Hakeem Butler was in that draft with DK Metcalf, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. He's 6'5", he's 220 pounds. He ran a 4.4. Since you want to talk about speed,
Yeah, speed. What school did he play for?
He played for Iowa State, and he was a monster against Oklahoma. He put up 2 touchdowns, had over close to 200 yards receiving against Oklahoma.
When was the last time he was on a football field, though?
Let me give you this.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Sometimes when you come out and you get drafted to these teams, it's not the right fit. We see that happen time in and time out.
Exactly.
Right? Great college athletes, they go to these NFL teams and it's not the right fit for them, and they bust out. When they go to a different team, next thing you know, they become successful. It's not the right fit. Now, this kid has went to Arizona. You know, he was competing with the wide receivers that they got there, but he got injured.
Okay.
And you know, the best availability is availability, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't available. So after this season, even though he had a strong training camp, they let him go. He signed on quickly with the Carolina Panthers practice squad. But once the injuries came to our team, we quickly swiped him to our active roster.
Okay.
And trying to make him a move tight end. What is a move tight end? What's a move tight end?
A move tight end
is a tight end that's
basically in the slot.
Yeah, tight end like Darren Waller.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, if you watch the Raiders right now, Darren Waller is the move tight end. He has the body of a tight end, but he doesn't always block. But he'll catch the ball and he'll run away from it. They're gonna do the same thing with Hakeem Butler. If he plays today, he'll be our wild card.
It was 6'5", 225.
Ashley, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt, guys.
Probably.
Ashley Roberts says, but Butler isn't active tonight.
He is
Tony
active.
Barron has backed it up by saying Butler is IA today. What's that mean? IA.
He
Injured.
is active today.
Yeah, he's active.
He's
He's
active. today.
active?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
active.
all right.
He's one of the active guys.
Yeah, he's active. He's on the list.
Okay, all right.
'Cause
So
I remember another outlet speaking about him on the way to the studio today.
all right, my thing is, I'm not
Did
putting
they
a
just
whole
put
lot
him
of
on there?
no lot of value in that guy. Not tonight. Not tonight, especially if he resurrects his career with us, that'd be great. But me, I'm like, there's always a reason why a guy's sitting on the sideline. If he was that, you don't have a Terrell Owens in his prime or a Jerry Rice in his prime on the street. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's
That's not
very
true.
few
That
opportunities where you
that-
pick up, where you catch lightning in the bottle and you get a dynamic talent like that just sitting on the street. So, I mean, although it's a possibility, the numbers, just the numbers, and like my neighbor says, women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie.
Don't lie.
You know what I'm saying? So, although it can happen, I'm going with the percentages of how many people that people have grabbed off the street after the 4th week in the season, and they turn out to be stars. So I'm not,
I
what I mean?
have to go back into this. They Jason Hutley was activated and Hakeem Butler was deactivated. So you're not gonna see him. All that
Okay,
for nothing.
so-
No, but
All
what I'm
right, so
saying
we're
is
not gonna see him.
that receiver that was with the Steelers and wound up going to the Patriots. He's one of the best receivers in the NFL. He's not with somebody.
Who
It
that?
happens, man.
Who?
It happens. I don't know who you're talking about, but it
You
happens.
talking about Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I didn't want to say.
Oh,
his
he's a
name.
head case. He's
I
a
didn't
head
want to.
case.
I didn't want to say his name.
But I'm talking about that guy that was not on the street. He played years and became an all pro.
Gotcha.
And then he did something. I mean, I'm talking about how many all pros have you gotten off the street when they were on the street after 4 weeks in the season? That would be a nice statistic.
Yeah,
Tell me how
yeah.
many guys that teams have picked up off the street after the 4th season and they turned to be all pros and the Hall of Famers. Not many. But anyway, he's not playing tonight anyway, so it's a moot point. So
Yeah.
we have to do it with the Wawa guys, and he's a Wawa guy because he wasn't on anybody's roster up until we
No,
picked
he
him up.
wasn't.
So he's a Wawa guy, but we will have to wait a week or so before we get to see what he can do. I'm all for those guys, but I've learned from experience. Like I was high on I forget that guy we got from the Titans, and he was cut. They cut him after his first year. He only played 1 year. He was a high draft pick. And we picked him up. He was a wide receiver, tall guy, big
Yeah, I know
guy.
you're talking about. He got injured his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't. He never panned out,
Yeah,
So
it-
I'm
it
talking
happens,
from
man.
experience
Well,
where
we gotta
where
be-
I have
yeah.
that same high hope like a Hakeem Butler, and it doesn't pan out. So I'm just being realistic. That's all. I'm just being realistic. I'm sorry. Let me go to some comments. Everett Brentkiss. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. How sad is it? The entire East will definitely all be rooting against us tonight.
Yeah. Right.
Because they all in it. Yes. Chris
Derek-
Carter, no. JR
Derek Green
says
back
Chris
him.
Carter. Chris Carter, maybe. I mean, I'll give you a pass on Chris Carter but he was on a roster, and yeah,
Oh, he doesn't catch
underperformed.
touchdowns.
He underperformed. We cut him, and yeah, somebody picked him up, but I don't think it was
Hall
the
of-
4th
Hall
week in
of
the
Famer.
season.
Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
I think they picked him up, brought him into camp, and he had changed his whole life around. So yeah, I'll give you that. That was a good example. But that is like 1 in a million, I would say. I don't know. I'm reaching out there. But anyway, the second quarter is over. So let's end this quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, it was Darrell Green Beckham. Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about.
DB.
Yeah.
He scored a touchdown, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
actually played well for us.
No, he didn't.
No, he
for,
didn't.
for 3 games. For 3 games, he
played
played
the whole
well.
season.
No,
He
3
had
minutes.
300
3
yards.
minutes. You got it wrong. You got the number right. You got the time
It's
frame wrong.
3 games.
3 minutes. He played great for 3 minutes. But all right. So we go.
Oh,
Let's
man.
begin this third quarter, man.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so third quarter, you watch the Eagles Talk, the number 1 Eagles cover show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans, and we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Tonight, I am not doing anything right now because I've been on a prolonged pregame tailgate, so I'm not doing anything. But my co-host over there is doing the 1800 Tequila Silver. Let me know what you're drinking out there, and
Hydrating.
let's do this because we have to
Cold
get
water.
into how we win this game. So let's take this shot down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. So we have to win. We need to win tonight to
We have to
jumpstart any type of salvaging of our season. And how do you suppose we do that? Starting with you, Pat.
Carson Wentz has to get in his zone. Not only does Carson Wentz has to get in his zone, Doug Peterson needs to get into a coaching zone. They need to be basically one. They need to mirror each other. Um, Doug Peterson needs to start calling these plays that make it very easy for Carson Wentz to complete, and Carson Wentz needs to really go out there and play his game. Stop playing scared. Stop being inaccurate. I'm sorry, and just getting cohesion with the guys you have there. That's how you start the game off. That's how you have to start the game off. Coming from the East Coast to the West Coast, you had to be efficient. You have to be very efficient, and you need to be in his zone. I need Doug Peterson not to be calling stupid don't run plays stupid plays that doesn't get us anything. Run the ball. Miles Sanders is your best athlete right now. Zach Ertz is your second best athlete at tight end.
Tight end.
Then you go look around for the rest of the guys. Be aggressive in what you want to do. Be aggressive in what you want to do. And the same thing goes for the defense. Jim Schwartz, do not hold back. These guys really don't have that much of a deep threat. A lot of receivers are down. Be aggressive, man. We're hurting on the back end, but right now we have to be aggressive. We can't walk around with our tail behind in between our legs.
All right, I agree with that. Anybody out there, let me know how you guys think we are going to win this game tonight that are in the chat room. Shell, what do you think? How we
All right.
make this work?
One of the greatest words my Uncle John ever said to me was take the cake when I was going to college. Take the cake. That means make sure you take easy classes, meaning we got to get Carson Wentz the opportunity to throw easy passes, the short slants, the screen plays, the outs to the tight end. Give him opportunities to see himself throwing the ball short and being successful so he builds up his confidence. He's in his own way because his head. It's his lack of confidence. That's what's getting him in inadequacies in the passing game. He has to build up his confidence. As a coach, you have to put your player in the best perspective to win. So give him opportunities to throw the ball short so he can see himself throwing the ball, being successful. And then you got to add a running game to that. It has to be balanced. You got to give him an opportunity to do the short game, run the ball, control the ball. We don't have any home run hitters right now because everybody's injured. So build it up. 12, 13, 14 play drives are good drives because it gives him an opportunity to see himself being successful, and that'll give us an opportunity to put points on the board. I.e., if we don't get a touchdown, at least we'll get a field goal out of it, and we're being successful because the offense had the ball.
All right, some of the people in the room, Daphne Nicole says, her first comment was, run the ball, let Carlson move out of the pocket, fast tempo, D needs to be aggressive. Then she follows it up by saying, run the ball, Doug play calling, Carlson cannot hold the ball. Those are the keys to her. And exactly. I can't say that I disagree with her there. They need to, I agree too, that they need to do the things that, run the plays that Carlson runs the best. Let him do what he does best. Get him out the pocket. We all know that he throws better on the move. So let's have some design plays where he's on the move and he can be more comfortable and deliver the pass. I mean, he makes a lot of things happen when he's when he's improvising.
Yes.
Which means when he's under pressure. He makes a lot of good things happen then. But let's not wait until he has to do that, when he's forced to be to improvise. Let's just design some things that gets him moving around in the pocket and let him do his thing. Doug has done a good job in the past when he's had to alter the offense to fit the strengths of his personnel. He did it so excellently with Nick Foles in the year they won the Super Bowl by changing that offensive scheme around to fit Nick Foles when he came in. Again, did it the following year with Nick Foles again, and he did it last year with Carson Wentz and the Wawa gang. He has done it. He has experience doing it. So let's see if he doesn't make the right adjustments tonight and simplifies the offense. I don't know if it's called simplification or what, but change the offense to best fit what Carson does and the personnel Carson has around him. Let's see if he can do that tonight, because that'll be the key. I also agree that defense needs to call that Jim Schwartz needs to play a more aggressive style. I don't know if we're going to see that, because we've been here 5 years and we've yet to see that. He's done some things like last week by blitzing more that he's not known for, and I give him credit for that. But that just blitzing a couple of times does not make you an aggressive play caller on defense, which he is not. He's not an aggressive play caller on defense. He's more of a he's a little more aggressive than Billy Davis, the defensive coordinator we had
I don't
under
know
Chip
about
Kelly.
that. I think Billy Davis was more aggressive.
You think
ran a
so?
three-
Billy
I- he
Davis
ran a-
was his
he ran
defense
a
was
3-4,
horrible.
and he blitzed the outside backer.
Yeah.
About 75% of the time.
70% of the time.
He dropped Brandon Graham back in coverage and Trent Cole back in coverage, but he blitzed.
Well, that was his mistake, because Brandon
Yeah.
Graham was not a drop back in the coverage type of person.
No,
But
he
if
wasn't.
you look at a 3-4 defense and you blitz the outside linebacker 75% of the time, that's like a 4-3 front.
It
you
is.
just blitzing the you know what I'm saying?
But
so
it's
that's
called
not
a blitz.
yeah, but that doesn't impress. That doesn't impress me when you're in a 3-4 and you blitz the outside linebacker. That's basically
Listen,
a 4-3. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you're 100% right. Like Jim
I just
Schwartz-
thought he was very, very
Yeah.
passive aggressive, and
Very.
Jim Schwartz is just a tad. I think he's along the same lines. So although he does call blitzes, in my eyes, this is my opinion. I could be wrong. You guys can see it different. That's all right. But in my opinion, I don't think he's a very aggressive play caller. He plays it safe most of the time, and us coming from the Jim Johnson era and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it kills us to see that type of defense being played when we have a defensive coordinator over there sitting right next to you who would blitz every play if he had the damn time.
That's how
if he could do it.
that's how I cover. That's how you cover up inadequacies. If you have corners that can't cover, you blitz. If you have defensive linemen that are too small, and you have athletic linebackers, you send the kitchen. Like that's how you cover things up.
Yeah.
But you also have to scheme it. You can't just line them up and do what we call a typhoon. You can't do a typhoon every play. But as a coach, you scheme the defense to the offense that you're playing against. And that's something that the defensive coordinator got to sit down and watch tape. As a high school coach, if I can sit down and watch 30, 40 hours of tape in 2 days, why can't you, as an NFL coach, and you're getting paid big money, do the same thing?
Let's be honest. We had this guy for the past 5 years. We've been saying the same thing for the past 5 years. Sit down.
I need a job. Give me a job.
Hold up. Sit down and watch tape.
God
Sit down and watch tape.
Give
You
me
got
a
to blitz.
job.
We've been saying that to him for the past 5 years. If he hasn't did it within that time frame, he's not going to do.
I need a job. I need a job.
Yeah, we need to put Shell back there. Shell will blitz, and then he'll find out very soon that he doesn't have the personnel to blitz, and then he'll be fired just like Jim Schwartz.
You're blitzing Nick Garrett all the time.
What I tell people all the time, the ending part of being a coach is you're fired. I don't care how good you are or how bad you are. All coaches get fired. It's part of the job.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I want to say this. I do want to see the kid today, Adrian Killins. They did promote him onto the active roster. I want to see him play today. He's a 5'7" spark plug from UCF, and supposedly he ran like in the low 4.3s, 4.2s.
When he play?
He plays running back. He's about
Okay.
5'7". So he's a little small guy, but he gets out there. So I'm looking forward to seeing him today. I'm looking forward to the different offensive scheme that they might have today for the 49ers, because they're depleted in their defensive backfield as well. So it's going to be a good matchup.
Oh, I surely hope so. I really do, because I'm tired of seeing lopsided wins. I mean, although we tied last week, it still was lopsided. I mean, it was the Cincinnati Bengals, and they played us to a tie. So to me, that's lopsided, because I think that we have more talent than
He
that.
didn't play to win. He played not to lose.
Yeah,
And
I think
as a coach, you can't do that.
I think we should have had that game under control. It shouldn't have had to go to overtime, in my opinion. If we are as good as we thought we were at the beginning of the season, it should have never come down to that. We lost we lost to Washington football team. So this has been a disappointing season thus far. But, be it who we are, Eagles fans, we're never going to give up on the season. Even if we lose tonight, we're going to scream and call for their heads tonight. But when this game time now, we don't. All that stuff is in the past right now. The previous 3 weeks are in the past right now. We are just 15 minutes away from starting our season all over again. From starting it new and getting this thing on track. So as an Eagles fan, this is what we do. Oh, that's the end of the third quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by the fans, for the fans. And we are getting hyped up because our Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And regardless of what you think about this team the previous 3 weeks, we're throwing that all away. We're going to do a do-over, and it's going to start tonight. So we're not going to think about anything. We're not even going to think about the record. Our record right now, we're going to start right now tonight. We're 0-0. We're 0-0. So let's get a win tonight, and let's start this streak tonight. And it's a tough battle, uphill battle. I know we're injured, but so are the San Francisco 49ers, who were the Super Bowl participant last year.
Yes.
So they were good last year. But we're going to throw that out the window. They're hurt. We're hurt. Let's come out, Manu, and see whose team wins. Let's do that. Couple comments out there. Doug plays scared. Oh, talking about last week.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin Johnson says, if we win, we'll be in first place. Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about that. Yeah, we said that.
That's sad.
Okay, JR says only in 2020 could a 1-2 and 1 team be in first. Yeah, you're right. Sue says it's hard to watch. Sometimes it is. It is hard to watch.
Come on,
it is
guys.
hard.
Come on. We know
Well,
we need a song. We need a theme song. We need the Eagles song. We need to get hyped.
Yeah,
for this
where's
game.
our they don't
I
like
got
us
you.
anymore. Where's
You want that one? You want that one?
Give us
Yes.
that. Yeah, give us that. Let's get hyped, guys.
We gotta go.
Let's go.
We gotta get it going.
Let's get this one. Let's go.
They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. and
Where's
we
the
don't
words
care.
at, Pat?
It comes up, man.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's a long introduction. Yeah. Aha. Let's go.
One, two, three.
Yeah.
Now we need this. Eagle.
Yes, let's do it. So we're not doing that. All right. We're going to go into this game. We're going to be
I'm
positive.
from Philly. Nobody likes me. I don't care. Look, I don't care. What is it is what they say in Philly. It is what it is.
It is what it
is.
All right, let's start this fourth quarter, man. We got a
You're
couple
now
minutes.
listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, so
4 shots in. I don't think I'm going to work tonight.
all right. I don't think you are
hydrated.
either.
I'm hyped.
All right, here we go. Everybody, raise your drinks to the Philadelphia Eagles as we go for our first win of the season, starting off 0-0. Everybody, raise your drink down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Look, man, we should already be in a good mood because being the last game of the night on, we got to experience our NFC East opponents lose, and that's always got to be a good thing. It's got to be a good thing. I saw the Cowboys come up short against the against the who was it? The Ravens.
It was
Not
$2.
the Browns.
It was $2.
The Browns.
Browns.
Yeah. Coming
Browns.
up short against the
300
Browns.
yards against
I
them.
saw-
$2 short on a $10 bill at IHOP.
I saw Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham run a touchdown against the Cowboys that killed their dreams and hopes tonight. That was so entertaining. So I feel good about that. I saw the Washington football team lose to the Ravens,
Yes.
and my neighbor was just we got
the
to
guy that
go. We
was
got to
talking all
watch
that
this.
trash to us.
Oh
when
yeah,
we
he
was-
was
when we
talking
was
a
in the
lot of
garage.
trash.
Oh, he was
Yes.
talking so much trash. Is he quiet now?
Yeah, he's quiet
Yeah,
today.
he-
He's
he-
quiet.
Scar-
Yeah, go-
Charles.
yeah.
But we
I
got
got
come out
to
here and
see
win,
him
man.
be quiet, and then
Yes.
finally saw the Giants lose. Although they did a much better job of holding the Rams to fewer points than we did, I was like, wow. I was impressed with what the Giants did to the Rams offense this week, but they still came up short. So it's just been a great day watching the NFC East, our NFC East opponents just falter. And now we have a chance, and it's no given that we're going to win, but at least we got to brag for how many hours before this game started?
About
we
4
got-
hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
We got about 4
You got
hours
an opportunity
to
to be in
gloat,
first place.
Yeah.
right?
You got an
To gloat
opportunity
and
to
all
be in
that,
first place.
and we still have an opportunity to be in first place. So
First
look,
place.
man, we might as well just lift our spirits and get ready and put all our energy behind
We
the
are
Philadelphia
lifting our
Eagles, man.
we are lifting our spirits.
Yes, we are
Yeah.
lifting our spirits. I lifted my spirits. I lifted my spirits and I took it down. All right, so
I'm lifting my water.
all right, it's about to go down, man.
Yes,
so
it
let's get some predictions here. What do you think, Shell?
38-27 Eagles.
Jeez.
Whoa.
You just went straight to the score.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
we're
That's,
able to
that's
be
4 shots.
Yeah. Which one of this be sober? I never felt the how
I'm
it be
four, I'm
sober.
four
before.
shots in, man.
On a serious note, if we're able to get a ground game going and be able to run the ball and control this game, and Carson is able to play a mistake-free game, I think we could come around and be a very tight game in the fourth quarter if our defense is able to do what we need them to do. I mean, put pressure on Nick Mullins, intercept, get some turnovers. We need some turnovers. God darn it,
Yeah, we
it.
do.
We
need
need
some
turnovers. And also, if our special teams are able to be solid, I think we have an opportunity to win this game. A lot of times, you want to look at these teams and say, you know what, I want to say we're going to lose, but I can't do that. This is my Eagles, man. So with that being said, I think we're going to score more points than they are.
All right, they said we have no chance on TV, and
Yeah.
Jacqueline says, "F them all," and I'm with Jacqueline. F
There
them
you
all.
go.
We're
There you
gonna
go.
win. We're going. We're going to do something. I'm with them. Look, man. Hold on. No, I said the 40 for 49ers, 125. Okay. All right. That was my bookie. All right. So anyway,
Yo, put $50 on that for me. Put 50 on for me. I'm good. My
Oh,
credit
man.
good. You know
No,
my
I'm
credit
on-
good.
I'm
My
only
credit
joking.
good.
I'm only
Put that,
joking.
make that 175. My credit, my one thing, my credit
Hey,
is
man,
good.
relax, man. 4 shot
We
guy,
are
relax.
we are going to win this game, man. Don't even worry about it. This is one of those games. This to show you right here whether Doug Peterson has lost the locker room or not. I really do believe this. On all seriousness, he has to rally these troops at some time this season, and this is no better place to start than tonight when everybody, the whole world, is picking against us, and it looks like it's no way we can win this game. But we've seen our team not play up to their full potential as of yet. Not yet have they played up to their full potential, in my eyes. In my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So if we can just show up and play close to our potential, this is going to be a close game. And I say we win this game close. I'm never going to give a score, not ever again. So I think we win with more points than them. You guys, go enjoy the game and come back and join us afterwards after we talk about our victorious game here tonight. And we'll be in first place. Don't worry, he didn't lose the locker room, Sue. I see you, Sue. He
Yeah,
says
yeah.
we have no chance. We had lost the locker room. No. All right, guys. I was just having fun. Everybody coming at me now. I was just having fun. I see the
Yeah.
predictions. But go watch the game. Enjoy the game. I'm going to go across the street to my man's man cave over there and watch it over there. And I'll be back over here in the home studio and talking to you guys immediately following the game. Have a good game, guys. I'll see you guys soon. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em up.